If you were thinking about making a move to Durham, we're going to be talking about all things Durham in today's video, so stay tuned. So some of our favorite things to do in Durham are downtown. Like the D-Pack is amazing. They've got all these off-Broadway shows. We took our kids to see Blippi live at the D-Pack, which is probably like the lowest tier show you could go to.
It was fun.
It was really fun. So much fun, and they loved it. But, you know, they have bigger productions like, you know, the Lion King musical is a big one this spring. You know, in the past they've had like Wicked and things like that, like shows that Mamma Mia, things you would definitely... Hamilton, things you would definitely want to go and see if you don't have a 3-year-old with you. And then right beside that is the Durham Bulls Park, which is a minor league baseball team. It's really fun to go to those games. And then
the Savannah Bananas just came last week, which is apparently a really big deal. It's apparently really hard to get tickets, which I had no idea.
Yeah,
so.
I had never even heard of it. And Zach was down here and he was like, so something's going on with these like Savannah Bananas. And I was like, what are you talking, what the Savannah Banana? And apparently it's like, I feel like it's like the that basketball team. Oh, what's it called?
The Harlem
Globetrotters, but like baseball, like silly things they do with baseball. And I was like, oh, let's grab tickets. He's like, it's sold out. And then one of my friends was there, and I was like, I can't believe you got tickets. She was like, oh, you have to like join a lottery system.
Savannah Banana.
It's like it's crazy. It's like crazier than Taylor Swift tickets apparently. So if you like the Savannah Bananas, you got to get on it. You got to get on it. Anyway, that's down here, and it's just like a foodie haven in downtown Durham. It's really fun.
Yeah, and then outside of downtown Durham, you have places like Duke Gardens, which is a really beautiful area to check out. You have the Museum of Life and Science, which is a great spot for kids. You have a lot of different parks around the Eno River, which is a main river that cuts through Durham. So there's, in general, a lot of things to do in Durham for yourself or for the family.
Yeah, for sure.
And by the way, if we are wearing different clothes than we were just a few minutes ago in the beginning, it's because it rained when we filmed the initial part of this. I have absolutely no clue what I was wearing that day, and so I just put on this shirt.
It was cold, I think, and now it's warm, so we're like, we'll just start over.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
All right, so one of the things that makes Durham attractive is the home prices. So it is significantly cheaper than some of the other areas in the Triangle. So you're looking right at around $500 average pricing for single family homes.
Right, yeah, it's like $490-ish, and if you're factoring in like, you know, townhomes or condos into that, it pulls it down to like the $460 range. So you can definitely find something in that like $400 to $500 range pretty easily in Durham, which is really nice. Obviously, there's stuff significantly cheaper and things significantly more expensive, but this in general is about $100,000 cheaper on average than going over to Raleigh,
which is
almost $300,000 cheaper than something like Cary. So, you know, a very different reality. And I feel like in most places around the Triangle, to find something with a similar price point, you're going to more of the like further out areas that are developing, and they're amazing, but you know, some people want to be right at the heart of the city, somewhere that feels more established, more urban, and that's what you're going to find here in Durham.
Yeah, you can definitely find neighborhoods at lower price points in Durham that are more centrally located to the various amenities that there are. And there's a whole host of types of neighborhoods, right? So there's neighborhoods that are kind of large and sprawling, like this one where we are with Hope Valley Farms. There's a neighborhood just down the road, not to confuse Hope Valley Farms with the historic Hope Valley area where you have just massive homes. Yeah, and more of like a country club feel. So there's a whole host of neighborhood types in Durham as well.
Yeah, for sure. And Hope Valley is one of our biggest neighborhoods in Durham. It's huge on the south side. Yeah, Hope Valley and Hope Valley, both on the south side, close to I-40, so it has good access into like RTP. So this is a very heavily sought after kind of area. Right next to us is one of our favorite neighborhoods in Durham, Woodcroft. Has a very wooded feel, and it's not even though all the houses were built around the same time, it doesn't have like that cookie cutter kind of appearance to it. The houses are a little unique. You know, not giant houses by any means, but these are two like really well-known neighborhoods in Durham. You have more luxury neighborhoods like Crowsdale or Covert Farms, Treyburn, and then on the northern side of Durham, you have a lot of like, the neighborhoods don't really have a name, and it's just like older houses from the 60s, 70s,
like
brick ranches.
Like north.
Yeah,
Durham.
on the northern side.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have a little bit of that. And when you're on the south side, things feel a little more commercial, maybe a little newer. And then on the north side, and this is a big generalization, of course, but on the north side, things feel maybe a little more established, larger lot sizes, but not as great of access to the commercial side.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are not subscribed yet to the channel, we'd love to have you along. So be sure to hit the bell to be notified when we post videos. We post videos like this every week, all about the Triangle, and we're here live on Thursday nights. So be sure to tune in.
All right, so now we're going to do a segment of what we love and what we don't love about Durham, and we'll start with the negative. So we'll start with what we don't love. So one thing about Durham is Durham actually does really well with parks like this where nature is kind of the priority. There's multiple sections of the Eno you can get onto. What Durham does not do well is when it comes to playground type parks, which you find a lot of in Raleigh, and as parents of really young kids, that's a priority of ours, and we don't see that a lot in Durham.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there are playgrounds in Durham, of course, but I feel like either the equipment's really old or it's just really small, and that you're there for like 20 minutes and you're just like, okay, there's like not much else to do here. There's no one else here to even play with. Whereas a lot of the parks in Raleigh that are either new, or if the park isn't new itself, I feel like they're just doing a really good job of, hey, let's take out old equipment and put up something new and like kind of keep up with the times or the space. A lot of those parks are just like incredible in the Raleigh area, and it's definitely lacking here.
It is.
The Museum of Life and Science kind of makes up for it in Durham, but you know, that is not a free attraction or anything. So that is something you have to pay to get into, but amazing space for kids for sure. It's probably our favorite kid activity in Durham for sure. But yeah, parks are definitely lacking.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the Raleigh area, you have places like Sassafras Playground, you have places like Downtown Cary Park, you have, what's the one in Apex? It's amazing.
Pleasant Park.
Pleasant Park. Like, you just don't have anything like that in Durham. And you really only need one park like that that's kind of like this shining example of just a really well done park with playground equipment. But Durham just doesn't have that, and it doesn't seem to be a priority investing in that for whatever reason. But yeah, that's a big lagging part.
For sure. But on the flip side, things we do love about Durham, the access to really great like cultural arts and entertainment is awesome with the DPAC and the Durham Bulls Stadium. All the restaurants downtown are really great, and like just it's like a culture of adding more and changing in that downtown area. It's really fun to see all the new restaurants and things coming into that area. In addition to that, affordability is great in Durham, and good highway access for the most part, depending on where you're at in Durham for like RTP, or if you needed to get into Raleigh, it's not that far.
Yeah, I actually feel like for the size of Durham compared to the size of Raleigh, Durham has a lot to do for the size of city that it is. And so I think that's a huge benefit. So they may not have the playgrounds and the parks, but you kind of make up with it with this space or just that downtown area with the Durham Bulls and a lot of the fun things that go on down there.
Yeah.
So video, I am Zach. This is my beautiful wife, Cindy, who is also pregnant with our fourth child, another boy on the way in September. But we are a couple of real estate agents in the area. So if you are looking to buy or sell, we'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can reach us at the contact info below, and you can also find us on Instagram.
Yep, we'd love to have you follow along with us on Instagram. You can find us at the Honeycutt Realtors, or you can follow our other account highlighting news developments and restaurants and things in the Triangle, the RDU Buzz. We'd love to have you along there.
Yep, we will see y'all next time.